Kiribati, Solomon Islands, Tonga and Vanuatu, our donors, donor partners, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Siara Kaola, and I'm the CEO for Health for Tonga. And it is my pleasant task to guide you through this evening. Australian High Commissioner to Fiji, His Excellency John Feeks. Thank you, Diana.
UNFPA Director and Representative, Mr. Bruce Campbell, our Australian High Commissioner, His Excellency Mr. John Feeks, our MC, Chief Executive Officer, Ministry of Health Tonga, Dr. Seale, welcome to Fiji. Permanent Secretary Health, Solomon Islands, Dr. Tennant, our regional partners, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, Nisambula Binak, and a very good afternoon to you all. I know you've had a long day, and you want to enjoy your drinks and snacks. I'll try to keep it short, but thank you all for being here, and indeed, it's a pleasure to be present here on behalf of the Fijian government to this very special occasion. And I'd also like to warmly welcome you all, not only to this meeting, but welcome you to Fiji and to the launch of the Transformative Agenda for Women, Youth and Adolescents. Ladies and gentlemen, the Transformative Agenda agreement between UNFPA and DFAT was signed in May 2017 and is currently being mobilized. Of course, the Transformative Agenda is a major investment by the Australian government and is the single largest contribution Australia has made to support improved sexual and reproductive health outcomes in the Pacific. The Australian government has long supported governments in the Pacific and beyond to achieve their national objectives of expanding sexual and reproductive health services as a key pillar in strengthening national health outcomes. So at this point, I'd like to thank all our partners in this program, UNFPA, WHO, UNICEF, and especially the Australian government, DFAT, for their tremendous support to our region. And indeed, expanded access to sexual and reproductive health, particularly family planning, is essential to achieving these outcomes. This major new $46.5 million program, equivalent to 30 million Australian dollars, is one of the largest investment in our region, specifically to strengthen access to sexual and reproductive health. This is a critical but often underfunded area of health within our systems. The Transformative Agenda has been designed to respond to the key needs of 6 priority Pacific countries: Kiribati, Samoa, Solomons, Tonga, Vanuatu, and Fiji included. I once again welcome the presence of representatives from these countries present here in Fiji for this launching. Ladies and gentlemen, the goal of the Transformative Agenda is to move unmet need for family planning in the Pacific towards zero by 2022. This Transformative Agenda will focus on increasing and improving the supply of quality integrated sexual and reproductive health information and services, particularly for family planning. It will also increase demand for integrated sexual and reproductive information and services, again, for family planning, to strengthen the enabling environment for sexual and reproductive health by advocating for and supporting strengthened policy dialogues to improve sexual and reproductive health, violence against women, and disability responses in our health services. Of course, it will include support for improved sexual and reproductive health service delivery in humanitarian emergency settings, and it will support national governments' data collection and ensure disaggregated high-quality population data is available and disseminated to support public policies. Ladies and gentlemen, in these 6 countries mentioned, the program will focus on ensuring expanded, higher quality and more inclusive services to ensure more people are reached with these vital services, particularly women and young people. It will also ensure that we leave no one behind, including those with disabilities and other marginalized groups who have much to contribute and need a responsive and inclusive health system in order to do so. Investment in sexual and reproductive health, of course, is fundamental to many, and in which Pacific Island countries have set for themselves to achieve equitable development. The importance is reflected in objectives set out in the Pacific Healthy Island Strategy, signed in Yanuda Island, Fiji, initially in 1995, and again re-endorsed in 2015 by the Pacific Health Ministers. Worldwide, ensuring access to sexual and reproductive health, particularly family planning, remains one of the best buys in human development because of its transformative impact. Family planning does more than save money. It saves lives and changes lives for the better. Globally, if women, adolescents, and youth have universal access to family planning information and services, maternal deaths could be reduced by as much as 3/4, and infant deaths as much as by 1/5. Ladies and gentlemen, providing access to these critical services will ensure that people can make informed decisions about their lives and achieve the goals that they set for themselves. When they have these services, they enjoy better health, can achieve higher levels of education, expand their workforce opportunities, and of course generate more income for themselves and their families. Access to quality sexual and reproductive health, particularly family planning, is essential to improving an individual's health, education, and economic well-being, particularly for our women and girls. It can also play a pivotal role in strengthening national economic performances by reducing health and education costs, increasing household wealth, and enabling women to contribute to social and economic development. And in addition, access to family planning also helps to save lives of women and girls by ensuring that babies are not born too early, not born too late, or not born too close together. These are leading causes of maternal and infant deaths worldwide, and this, of course, is going to help us address this. In Fiji, ladies and gentlemen, the transformative agenda will ensure that at least one in-service health worker of all the country's 189 health facilities will be able to provide quality youth and disability-friendly service. This will help us to achieve what we want in the Pacific: young people, well-educated, able to invest in themselves, able to invest in their health, and become economically better off by making sound choices regarding when they wish to have a family. Another critical element of this program, ladies and gentlemen, will be to focus on working to improve each country's family life education for young people who very much need quality, evidence-based information to help them make better decisions to protect themselves, particularly their health, as they move through an adolescent period of their lives and into adulthood. We need to ensure our youth have all the tools they need to invest well in themselves, in their lives, to achieve their full potential. Through this program, the country's specific strategies and activities are currently being developed by UNFPA in consultations with a wide range of partners in Fiji, like the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Youth, Ministry of Women, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Education, National Statistical Offices, Secretariat of the Pacific Community, nursing and midwifery schools, teachers, colleges, just to name a few. While specific targets for Fiji and other countries will be set through national annual planning processes, it is expected that the main outcomes will be, like I mentioned, at least one inline health service worker is trained in service delivery points to provide youth and disability-friendly services and able to screen for indications of violence against women and children. National school family life education curriculum will be strengthened in line with the international standards. Teachers upskilled in their capacity to deliver family life education curriculum in schools. Monitoring and evaluation that demonstrates improvements in youth understanding of sexual and reproductive health, and family planning and access to services, just to name a few. And all this has been achieved through the United Nations Population Fund as being a long-term partner for countries here in the Pacific, working on a wide range of issues from cervical cancer to newborn health. We also welcome Australia's important complementary initiatives, such as the new investment in UNFPA supplies, which procures much of the essential commodities for the Pacific region. Ladies and gentlemen, if we work together to ensure all people recognize their sexual and reproductive health needs and seek services where they require, we must also make sure that the commodities they need are readily available. UNFPA supplies will be working with the governments of Fiji and other partner governments in collaboration with the transformative agenda to ensure key medicines are always in stock at all health service delivery points by 2021. I welcome, on behalf of the Fijian government and the other six other Pacific Island countries, I welcome this important work supported by the Australian government and look forward to working with UNFPA and health colleagues here tonight to realize the objectives of this program. I would also like to put on record my sincere appreciation to all the partners in this program. Again, if I can mention UNFPA, WHO, UNICEF, and the Australian government through DFED for the tremendous support, and we look forward to working with you all the way to enhance family health services for the Fijian women, children, youths in Fiji and across our 5 other Pacific Island countries. Ladies and gentlemen, with these words, I wish you all, I believe you are staying here for a couple of days, and I would like to wish you all a very safe and a blessed journey back home. I'd like to wish you all the best in the work that you do, and I believe that together we can work towards finding solutions for our people and bettering the lives of our women, children, and adolescents. So while you are here, please enjoy the Fijian weather, enjoy our Fijian hospitality, enjoy our food, and have a safe journey back home. We'll meet somewhere along the future. We'll meet again for furthering these discussions and as the transformative agenda program unveils. So thank you once again to one and all, and thank you once again to our partners and not only our partners here, but all the regional partners and all the participants. Have a blessed evening. Thank you.
Thank you.